And we are live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News coming to you guys live. We're going to watch this press conference between Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder for the third time. 16 months of inactivity between the two. Well, it's been activity, but not physical activity, not face-to-face activity. This is what we're here to see. This is what makes it so intriguing. The accusations, the rumors, the lies, the truth, the everything in between, the bad blood, the everything. That's what it comes down to, people. That's what we're here to see. So here it is. Okay, we're not on time. I knew they weren't going to be on time, so they're making their mind up to see what they're going to do per se. Let's see if I can find. There we go. Aladoyo or Aladayo, counterpunch to you, brother, from Madrid. When is the press conference? It's supposed to start now, but they're a little late, so go figure. You know, Nikki Blue Eyes, as promised, you always keep your promises. Welcome here, Bacon123. Love from the UK. He should call himself the Bronze Delusionist. The Glitch 101 coming in with those with those comments. I personally think this press conference will be very telling and interesting, given everything that's been said. They'll finally be able to be face to face. Okay. That's what we're looking forward to. So I am going to, let's see. All right. Yeah, we can't be any louder outside. A little louder, please. Outside. Cool. Chris Nielsen, love from Denmark. The 133, super happy. Wait, what? Jack O'Blisk. What's up, Jack? All right, let's see. So we're still waiting. I think they're getting everything together on their end before they open the feed. So we're just waiting here. So here we go, guys. Here we go. Of course, you know, I will open my feed after we get 100 people on the chat, which normally that's how we do it. Now, it's supposed to have started at 9. Yeah, and I guess 9 is 3 to us, and it's 4 in East Coast, you know. So it is what it is, you know. Better them than us, right? Better them than us. What's up, Kurt? Always keeping it 100. Renee Padilla, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Paul Newman, hey, Kurt, love the channel. Appreciate you, Paul. Appreciate it. Hit that like button, please, and thanks. Bacon, there you go. Boom. That's worth mentioning. Hit that like button. Help me out. This is what it's about. Yeah, it's mad hot. Some of that sun out of here. All right. Brittany Devine, counterpunch to you, dear heart. What's happening? What's going on in your world? What are you in North Carolina, South Carolina? Which one? I can't remember. It's one of those. How's the Carolinas? Let's put it that way. Chris Blake, greetings from Florida. East Coast in the house. Counterpunch to you, unless you're in Pensacola. Never skipping those ads for you, Kurt. There you go. Appreciate you, Jake. I hope Wilder gets pulled up for all the cussing he has been doing. Look, it all has to come out, because if it doesn't come out, it's pointless. It's pointless after this, you know. So we're past the 100 mark. It's time to bring it on in. Okay, people, we are here. Okay, and this is something that's very special, because the history of boxing heard this many accusations. Okay, this many excuses, accusations, bad blood. And this is the third fight. And I guess the second fight is really what broke the straw that broke the camel's back, in sense, because obviously they have been, or Tyson Fury has been cheating the whole time. But we knew what we saw. Nice to see you, Nikki Blue Eyes. I know, I had to wait till we get the 100 mark. Then we can come on over and do what we need to do. I don't know, Jonathan. I don't know what's taking so long. I'm with you on that. Counterpunch to you. What is taking so long? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, but we'll get to the bottom of it, I'm pretty sure. Jake, you tripping, man. Apparently the press conference is delayed because Wilder collapsed. Rumors are his outfit was too those are the type of things that goes on. I mean, that's what you expect when those type of rumors come out. When those type of rumors come out, this is what we get. You ain't gonna be you can't live that down, especially when it keeps coming up. Like, it would be different if he said it once, okay, that was that. But come on, Fury is stuffing his gloves. I'll teach the Dulce this time. I'll put the Thanos in it. Oh. Here we go. Rosewood Steel. Newest scandal. Tyson used tenderizer on chicken leg Wilder. That's bad and horrible. That's absolutely horrible. Man can't do nothing about his legs. He's tall, slim, long, and strong. What do you want from him? There you go. Water, spiked water, Somebody said, who had his water? Mark Breland? Oh, man. Yeah, the impressions, I keep them coming. They're random, so it is what it is. Fury has so much ammunition to use against Wilder. He'll have won this fight mentally weeks before they step into the ring. Poor Mark, man. Yeah, Mark's doing all right, though. He's training, elite fighters still. So that's still a good thing. I think at the end of the day, life goes on, and you can't really throw someone under a bus if that's not if it hasn't been proven wrongdoing on that trainer. Unless that trainer did something like a Panama Lewis. See, Panama Lewis will get a strike, and he will always be remembered for the infamous Louis Resto situation. But Mark Breland has nothing to do with that. You know what I mean? And the weird thing is, it's so backwards that people need to look at Panama Lewis. And if you're going to compare anyone to Panama Lewis, it shouldn't be Mark Breland. It should be JD's. See, JD's was there. So if it's a scandal or anybody against you, he could have put 2 and 2 together. Like, look, Mark wouldn't dare to see what the gloves look like, but Jay was. So Jay's responsibility is to see that. So is it so far-fetched not to see that, or to see that? I mean, you're blaming Mark. Like, what's the deal with Mark? Why couldn't you blame Jay for what he didn't see, or what he, like he said, they did this, Ray. They did that, Ray. They did that, Ray. Remember that? Why didn't he say that about JD's? Or did he say that? I don't know. And then if he did say that to JD's, it wasn't public. He didn't even discuss what he told JD's, and that just makes me suspicious. It really does. Brittany Divine, if Fury brings up the costume, I will die. I know, man. If he just, where's your costume, Deontay? Where is it, boy? Let me wear it. Where's your costume, Deontay? Where's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle American Statue of Liberty? Where is it, boy? Kurt, do you think Floyd is trained to say after all his fights, he's a tough opponent, better than expected, but the better man won? Me? Yeah. I mean, Floyd probably in the mirror and just, Leonard, how I look, Leonard? Oh, you look good. Bald head shined. Thanks, Leonard. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to thank Al Heyman, TMT, Showtime, Fox. I want to thank all you guys that participated in this fight. The better man won tonight. He was tougher than I expected. He's a tough customer. He's a tough competitor. But the better man won tonight. Kurt, any truth in Tio having COVID? TM Adventures, I wouldn't, that's something that you could have said. Now, here's the thing. That's something that I just done a video on Ryan, by the way, because Ryan kind of showed me a new side to him, which I want to talk to you guys about it later on. But it's weird because I think this might be on the money. I don't see Teofimo backing out of this. Because you can't say he's scared because he had been scared or you thought any type of apprehensiveness, really, he would have just stopped the fight. But you can't. It's a mandatory, But at least it got rescheduled. At least it got rescheduled. Now, see, we are 22 minutes past the time it's supposed to start. Kurt, you do the best Floyd impressions I've ever heard. I thought it was him speaking. Man, yeah, appreciate it, Nicholas. Appreciate it. Breaking news, Mark Breland at the press conference to throw in the towel when Deontay starts crying. Let's see here. Yeah, they hype you up and, I keep hearing it. Wilder lost 17 out of 19 rounds to Fury. Then in rematch was bashed. He had no defense the entire fight. Well, the type of defense that he had wasn't really cutting it. That's a good question. Will he back B? Who's going to check the gloves this time? That should be the main topic of what people should be discussing. Like, damn what Tyson Fury did in 2015. Damn what he did in 2016. Really damn what he did in 2018. We need to talk about what Tyson Fury did in 2020. See, adding all that other stuff is just speculation and added BS because you're trying to associate what he did versus what he could possibly do now or then in 2020 up to that point. What they should be discussing is how was he able to cheat? Who will be in the dressing room moving forward? And how will they regulate that? Because the way it was explained to me that they're going to bring someone out, right? They're going to have someone in that dressing room the whole time and they ain't leaving until they get announced to walk out. That way, no one will be able to do any funny business. No one can leave. Then, okay, hey, take these off. Let's tampering or whatever. None of that can happen. That's how it was explained to me. Like, it's going to be some strict protocol when it comes to gloves. Okay, when it comes to people, like doing the wrong stuff, Bob Arum 100%. I'm telling you, this is gonna be a bigger fight than Joshua. He's a big bum. Give me that weed. Give me the weed, damn you. The brown bag. The brown bag. No, the wife, not Electra. I'm trying to stay up. I'm not trying to pass out now. It's 3 in the afternoon. Christ. Tony McGold. I don't know what's more depressing, the build up for this press conference or the fact, but Waldrum Thoria doing it for the third time. Kurt has nearly more people watching than the official PBC. Nah, it's all good, man. PBC's a pretty big channel, though, ain't it? What's this shit? I don't know, Patrick. That's a good question. That's a good question. How many pay per view buys is going to have? Not many, dang. I don't know. I mean, it depends. It really depends. I heard Bob smoked weed. I'm definitely smoking more weed than the older I get. Just consume in proportion. Well, I guess it depends on the strand and depends on your body, I guess. A lot of people, um, I think a lot of people are just really, their bodies are different. One thing might help you and might kill the next person. So everyone's different. So, obviously for Bob, that's keeping him solid. He's going to keep on. What time is the press conference starting in the UK? It's supposed to start at 9. So, John, if it's 9 o'clock, that means it's 9:27 there. That means they're 27 minutes late. That's what that means. It depends on if using AJ's name will work as they thought. Well, it might. I mean, obviously, like Bob said, that they're actually. Hold on, just a second, guys. And we are back, people. And we're still waiting. Let's see. Let's see what we have. Dude, 31 minutes. This is slower than slow. Appreciate you, James. Appreciate it. No, I'm right. I'm right here, Nikki. I'm right here. No worries. No worries. I don't know what's going on. So what do you think is the holdup? What do you think the holdup is? So Kurt, if Wilder wins, his next fight will be against Joshua. Rosewood. That's a very good question. Okay, people. I want to talk to you guys about that. The possibilities of Wilder fighting Joshua after or if he beats Tyson Fury. Now, this is a tricky topic because the last time, I think it was Fight Hype. I think it was forget who it was. Yeah, it was Jay from Fight Hype. And he asked, he was like, okay, well, you know, hey, Kurt from the pool. Hey, will you fight Anthony Joshua? Will he be the focus after you beat Fury? And what I didn't like was he was like this. You asking me? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm thinking to myself, like, how else could he have put that? Is your focus Anthony Joshua after you beat Tyson Fury? He was like, you you mean you asking me? You know what I mean? It's almost like someone was kind of choked up by the question that was asked to them, but they were trying to play it off as though like it ain't a big deal, but obviously how you took it, because it just happened. The reaction happened so fast. It was kind of hard to not to like to acknowledge, like, yo, what, like, why didn't you answer the question? Like, yeah. And then the way he answered, eventually he said, well, I heard he's making excuses. That's what I heard. And I'm like, okay, that's what you heard, or that's what you know? Has any contracts been talked about? Have you guys even talked about it? See, when you start talking about excuses before you even answer the question, there's a problem. There is a problem. So I don't know. Kurt, who's your favorite American promoter? Used to be Don King because he talked more shit than Jesse Jackson and George Bush. Oh, in America, baby. But I know he was dirty. He was crooked. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of things that people should know about that. So it's weird. Tony McGold, love what you do. Appreciate it, Tony. I heard Wilder was in a car crash 2 weeks ago. Damn, really? That sucks. No, we don't need anything like that. A car crash? No. Yeah, demonic Don Kane. Yeah. I remember Larry Holmes. He said, do you know why Don King wears his hair up like that? And everybody like, why? To hide the horns. Yeah, man. Wilder's legs gone on the way to the press conference. Big Kurt from Birmingham. Archie Bold. Counterpunch to you. Hey, Kurt, hope you're good. Jabone Gaming. I'm very good, man. I feel great. I feel great. I mean, we're still waiting, so I don't know. Car crash excuse. Best press conference ever by a country mile. Hey, we'll see. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, so we'll see what they say. And then, it depends on how long it is. So, it's weird. It's weird stuff. Is Wilder having a tantrum backstage? I hope they ain't got the scuffling back there. You know what I mean? Don't give away what we can sell. Please, baby, please. Don King, If you're going to hit him outside in the public. Make the headlines. Don't do it below. Don't do it behind the curtains. Behind the curtains don't count, baby. You got to show you got to flow. You got to go, baby. um, Kurt, what do you think about the comparison to Wilder to Ali? Yeah, that was uncalled for. I mean, it's only certain things you can compare. You can compare somebody to anybody to a certain degree, but what Malik Scott said, man, that's yes man written all over it. Even though I like the access that Malik has to Deontay Wilder because he's doing things that I ain't seen Deontay Wilder do. Throw a right hand and then dip to for defense. That was very impressive. You know, if you notice, you know, Wilder normally just, did I get him? Damn, I missed him. He tried again. Yeah, I missed him. But no, he's and then dipping, and then dipping. You know, so it's I haven't seen him do that. I never seen him do the Roy Jones Jr. or the Floyd Mayweather, straight right and slip, right? Do you think Tay Jones would keep his promise to Sugar Hill? I don't know. I mean, I hope so, because look, with Tay Jones, Deontay Wilder, that squad of guys, they are very notorious, or they should be very notorious for keeping their word, regardless of how or what they said. It's just you'll know when someone's actually honest about themselves and they keep their word. Like Wilder says, keep your promise. Yeah, this is a trip, dude. Wilder just finishing off Scott. If you know what that means, that's disgusting. No, no. Paul Newman, maybe they forgot about the press conference or they're at home chilling. That would be tripping. Believe their press conference today. Believe that's their press conference today. Man, I think it is. Man, I think it's on the 5th. Thought it was on the 16th. Day the 15th. Damn. Come on, let's go. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, there's no audio. What the hell? There is no audio with this shit. Yeah, something's wrong with their audio feeds. Okay, it started, but it looks like okay. It looks like it's trying to come in with some audio now. Okay, so let's go to another one. Let's see.
With 21 wins coming by way of knockout from Manchester, England, Nevada. And it's brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated, along with.
Here we go, guys. So we're here.
Promotions and Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions in a.
Nah, it's kind of laggy.
Premier Boxing Champions presentation. We'll let you know that tickets for the live.
Yeah, this is bad. I mean, it can't. No, it's not my internet. It can't be my internet because you guys can hear me just fine, right? Big Boss, what's up, brother? Salute to you. Okay, this is bad. You got to be careful with PBC Fox shit, though. They're kind of funny about. Yeah, very laggy. Keeps chopping. Let's see. All right, yeah, this sucks. Hold on a second, guys. Let me check something real quick.
For his electrifying power, his knockout ratio is 93%, still standing as the highest for any heavyweight champion, current or past. Seeking to avenge his only loss, we invite him to the microphone at this time, the challenger, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder.
Okay, all right, let's see. Yeah, this is terrible. Let me see where I'm at as far as. Okay, well, let's do this. No, that's their feed. It's not mine, it's theirs. So you guys can hear me fine. Everything is not lagging on my end. Yeah. Dude, you'd think they would have this type of shit under wraps. You know what I mean? Like this shit's spinning like some 20s, like some spinning rims. It's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning.
Three. Good afternoon,
Dude, what the?
everybody. Morning. Don't know what time it is. Firstly, I'd like to say congratulations to Deontay Wilder for finding his lord.
Yo, this sucks. This is absolutely terrible. And this is not, and I know that I'm not even using Wi-Fi. I'm using my network, and my network is strong, like really strong. I'm not in a bad area or nothing. Yeah, look, dude, millions of dollars, and you can't even operate the stream. It's crazy. This is retarded. Period. Freaking lagging. Look at this. Look at the lag. This shit's spinning. This is live, and they can't even show you. This
Savior Jesus Christ. Before the last fight, he was comparing microphone duties to trailblazing commentator, hostess, and reporter for Top Rank Boxing and ESPN, Christina Puncher. Christina?
All right, so hello everyone. Before we get to sending both fighters to the media to answer some questions, I'm going to lead a little Q&A up here, and then they'll face off for some photos, and then come down to you guys to answer some more questions. So
now, who gives a shit about her? Now she's got better time than these guys.
We'll start on this side here. A new face at the end of the podium to Deontay Wilder's
What the fuck is this?
corner, but not to Deontay Wilder and Malik Scott. And Malik, I'd like to start with you if I could. To talk a little bit about the chemistry that you built with.
Where the hell is Tyson going? He's getting up for something. I don't know why. Maybe he got a piss or something. I don't know. But it keeps lagging, so I don't know what the fuck he's really doing. This shit's terrible. Wow. Look at this shit. This is not me. All right, I'm not taking responsibility for this shit. I've had my own hangups as far as media and streaming and internet and connection and problems. And this shit here, yo, use the USPM. Okay, let's go to ESPN. This shit's terrible. Let's go to ESPN. That's Fox. Okay, Top Rank.
What caused a family to drive over a cliff to their death? That's the question multiple agencies are investigating.
All right.
Trainers and all that.
There we go. Cool.
To make a change. Why was Malik
ESPN.
the right person for the job to get it done this third time? Deontay?
You said, why was I the right one to get it done for the job?
Yes.
I believe with a fighter like Deontay, right? He's naturally raw power. I believe someone like myself that is extremely technically sound from my own background of boxing, it just matched well. But the thing with us is the chemistry. I believe there's great fighters in the world, right, that have great teachers. But then I believe there's great fighters in the world that have good chemistry with a good or okay teacher, and that makes them, and it makes it work for them. So our chemistry is firing on all cylinders on both sides.
So what kind of imprint do you see yourself making in this fight?
Deontay has made the imprint. He's made the mental adjustments. All I needed was a receptive athlete. I'm not even talking about his ability and everything I've been seeing him do over the last 10 years. He's already made the mental adjustments to do everything I need him to do when we in that ring. He's already made the mental adjustments to turn his household into his training facility. Eat, sleep, and shit boxing. And that's all I ask, and that's what I'm impressed with the most.
So how would you envision this third fight? I'm sure you guys have talked about it, and obviously you're not going to give away your game plan, but how do you see this third fight going, as both fighters have been very adamant about the end goal?
I only see it one way. I believe that if you let Fury just do what he want to do, then he's going to do more than what you allow him to do. I think I have no doubt in my mind Deontay is going to become 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, and I believe it's going to be by knockout.
And I'll send it over here to the other side now, and in Sugar Hill. Actually, before we get to Sugar Hill, we have Bob Arum on the stage also joining us. Bob, you do have the mic right now. You've been a part of many great, trilogies and things like that. Where do you kind of see this fight, the promotion for this fight, and how excited are you that these two are back at it, once again? I don't need to ask you a question. You know everything.
What'd you say?
At this point, Bob, but you've been a part of some significant.
I didn't hear you, damn it.
Boxing history. Obviously, they have one more fight to fight to make this trilogy complete. But your thoughts on the third one, as we are about a month and a half away.
All right. Well, let's be honest about it. The first fight was a tremendous fight. Tyson showed what a great boxer he was. He got knocked down twice, and they called it a draw. The second fight was, as we all witnessed, a very one-sided fight. But when heavyweights participate in a one-sided fight, it's still great because they love to see, the fans love to see the big guys duking it out.
Liar.
And now the third fight, based on the first two, I really predict will be bigger than the first two fights. Based on the orders that we're getting for tickets, they far exceed what we did in the last fight. And I really believe that the pay-per-view, now that we all had the opportunity to watch that second fight, the pay-per-view is going to be bigger this time than it was last time. And we're happy that every restaurant is opening up around the country because the closed circuit action in the United States, they'll be shown in all the restaurants and bars, will be tremendous. There's a pent-up demand that the fans have. So I'm looking forward to a great fight, to a great event, and I think it's going to set all kinds of records for a heavyweight championship fight.
Thank you, Bob. And over to Sugar Hill now. And Sugar Hill, you've had a lot more time this time with Tyson than you did for the last fight spent with him, not only in the gym, but in Miami, spending a lot of time together. How has that improved your chemistry leading into now this third fight, the amount of time you've been able to have together?
The amount of time that we've had together since rejoining together, it hasn't done anything different for us. It's always been there. Mm-hmm. It's nothing new. And the only one thing that I really have to say is over that time of training and working with Tyson Fury, he now has power to knock a man out with one punch. And that's something that I'm happy that he has now, along with his other boxing skills and everything else that he knows. His boxing IQ is one punch knockout power.
Tyson told everybody before the last fight exactly what he was going to do, whether the media and the fans believed it or not, and he stayed true to his word. Looking back on the fight, I mean, it was a masterful performance. What do you think that he can or needs to do differently, if anything?
Do it sooner.
Land that punch.
Land that punch.
All right, Tyson, you and your sparring partners.
It sounds like JD's just land the punch.
Quite some time. How did you go from that switch, it being, and everyone thinking it was going to be Anthony Joshua one day, to 2 days later, here we are with Deontay Wilder?
Yeah, it was a crazy roller coaster of fights, what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. But I always said you never fight somebody until you're in the ring opposite them. So it wasn't really hard for me. I never started training. I wasn't in training camp when all these negotiations were going on. So it was what it was. 1 minute I'm fighting one guy, next minute I'm fighting another guy. It's what I do. It's what I get paid to do. I get paid to beat up on people. Not a bad job, really. Yes. So, yeah, it's going to be Deontay Wilder. So, yeah, it's his turn again. Let him get another good hiding and see if he wants a fourth rematch after this one. Maybe a 7th, 10th, 72. Who knows? It might go on forever.
I think a lot of people think it might be
go on forever
headed in that direction, depending on how this fight goes. But look, I mean, we go through COVID, all this time outside of the ring, outside of fighting, long layoff, nothing that you haven't done before. But how do you continue to keep your mental health strong through everything that you've been going through in this point to get you ready for this third fight?
Yeah, I just keep training, stay motivated. Every day I wake up's a blessing. I'm happy to be alive, you know. I'm happy to be living, being here right now, and I look forward to today. That's how I manage my problems. I'm not looking forward to the future. I'm not looking at the past. I enjoy today, the now, living in the moment type of person. I look forward to the challenge. I hope he's going to bring something different to what he did last time. Well, he needs to. Let's face facts. And let's hope he can give me a challenge. I know he's took on Malik, very experienced guy in boxing. He's had a lot of professional fights himself. And let's hope he can bring the best out of Deontay Wilder, hopefully.
Malik, with Tyson saying he's got to do something differently to get a different outcome, what is that you think that he needs to do differently when you look down and break down film?
When I look and break down film,
I know you study. You're a student of the game as well. So.
I don't feel as though this is not a thing of like so many different things Deontay have to do, because in my opinion, he wasn't able to do anything in the last fight. So it's about the mental adjustments he's made to the craft. And I think that's going to pay big dividends for him when you're in with a guy like Tyson Fury. You know what I'm trying to say? A lot of people have been seeing me and Deontay work, and they say, oh, they never seen him do this. They never seen him do that. Mm-hmm. These people haven't been seeing him in the gym. So we'll say Bermain Stavern second fight. That whole camp before Bermain Stavern the second fight, Deontay was boxing on his toes, doing all type of stuff. Before that, when we was getting ready for years back, I think it was Calvin Price. He was boxing on his toes. See, these are all things I've always seen and took notes and said to myself, if I ever get the opportunity to work with him, I'm just going to make the most things he do subconsciously, I'm going to make him drill those things. And that's what we do now. We repetitiously drill good things that most people haven't seen him doing in big fights.
It's hard to take a fighter off his first professional loss, and then you have to sit there going through a lockdown and through COVID, and then we hear all these allegations and things like that coming out. So just things that you can do to kind of just even keep your fighter in line and focus at the task in hand. What was that kind of those last months like doing that?
It wasn't really hard because like I've been telling the reporters, if we got out the ring with Fury in the second fight at 12:45, we was disappointed and we had a long talk and everything, but literally around 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., Deontay was already putting his plan into play on what he wanted done, how he wanted to, rededicate himself, how he wanted to do everything correct to get the title back. And he's done that, and I'm expecting him to win and win in grand fashion.
Why do you think that Deontay doesn't want to answer any questions up here today?
Well, number one, he's very stubborn. You know what I mean? Even though he's rededicated his life and everything to the craft, he's very stubborn. But like most legends or like most gifted people, they have their things with them. Like even Fury, he has his things with him. A lot of people think he's crazy. Most people that are like that. Marvin Gaye is one of my favorite artists of all time, musician-wise. He had his thing with him. Michael Jackson, these people have their thing with him. But what I do, as long as Deontay give me what I want in the gym, long as he give me what I'm asking for when he's
He can't even fucking answer questions.
Long we gonna get this work
done. This guy.
He got a big tax ahead, and it's my job and his job to make sure it get done.
So perhaps even portraying a different demeanor, considering what he came here to do. I mean, I asked him about answering questions, and he said, the talking is done. It's just time to do business and to put in work. So I'm going to extend it over to Tyson. Now, what do you make of that Deontay doesn't want to answer any questions?
It shows how weak of a mental person he is,
and
how much of the beat from the last fight has took an emotional, physical effect on his life. I was worried about Deontay Wilder for quite a while after the defeat that I gave him. And obviously he's doing his little thing with his earphones on and doesn't want to answer any questions. That's up to him. But I'm here to promote a fight and talk to the press, what I always do. So if Deontay Wilder doesn't want to commit to this press conference, let's me take Deontay Wilder's part. So I'll play double character if you want. I'm not good at doing these role-playing stuff. So I'll be Deontay Wilder and I'll be Tyson Fury. And we'll play a little game. So here's me taking as Tyson Fury. So he's employed Malik Scott to help him. As Malik said, Wilder is a stubborn person, so he's got his own mentality and he wants to do things his own way. So to listen to other people, it's not what Deontay Wilder does. So no matter how much that Malik teaches Deontay's going to do what Deontay's going to do.
That's wrong.
Deontay's going to do what he's going to do.
He's been doing everything I've asked him and told him to do.
Yeah, but like Mike Tyson said, everyone's got a game plan until they get punched in the mouth. You can do that in the real fight I'm talking about. He's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to revert straight back to time, 100%. As soon as he hits him with the first right hand, he's going to see red and he's going to I'm going to take his head off.
Sugar Hill just said you're a one-punch knockout artist now, but there's no history of you knocking someone out with one punch. So that means when a fight gets started, he's going to go straight back to revert. 100%. You heard it here first. And another thing is, you can't expect him to do something that you couldn't do. Like that. Yeah, but I mean, you never fought that. I know. We did spar, didn't we? You know what happened there? You're a 260-pound man that can fight. You bust my eardrum.
Exactly.
The first time we sparred.
He busts his eardrum.
Something to brag about. You can fight. That's what you do.
I know, but like you can't teach him to be some great fighter when you wasn't.
He's going to be a great fighter. I'm adding on to everything that he do. The way I see it is, right, he's got rid of Mark Brilliant because Mark Brilliant's a cheater, whatever he said. And he's employed you. I think you've been working with him for a long time. I'm not here to disrespect you or anything because you're his trainer. You're not boxing. I'm not having a go at you. I'm just saying what I think at the moment. Like, everyone has this game plan of they're going to do something against me until they get in there, as we all know because we've seen it so many times. Was Sugar Hill a great fighter that teaches you very well?
No, he wasn't. This is what I'm saying.
So why would you say, how am I going to teach him and I wasn't a great fighter?
I don't believe that.
Good point.
You teach him in the gym as much as you want. Right. But as soon as he gets in the ring, Deontay Wilder's got 43
But that's what we got the date for.
Got to do.
That's what we're going to see July 24th.
Well, we will see. But I'm going to state it here first. I'm going to stamp my claim that he's going to be the same old Deontay Wilder we've always seen. And that's that. So, yeah, just because you both got your eardrums bursting there, sparring and fighting, it is what it is. But I can't see it as anything different. Maybe I'm wrong. But who knows?
He said just because you both got your eardrums busted open.
And you did that to me. Now, I would feel like shit. I'm boxing Tyson Fury. The first day I boxed him, he busted my eardrum. Then I come back to box him again the next day. And then the next day it happened and I couldn't hear and I couldn't continue to box. That's nothing, Bragg. This shit happens in boxing.
Of course.
Of course. Well, you're bringing that up as if like...
You brought it up. You said I popped your eardrum. I didn't mention it.
No, but you just said, well, if he's getting busted up in sparring or if he's getting busted up in a fight, that's on them. Yeah, but you bust my ear. It's okay, though, Ty. That's what happens in boxing.
I didn't mention the ear
busting. You just did at the end. You just did at the end.
You started with ear busting. I didn't mention
it.
Okay.
You did bring that up, Malik.
The topic of ear busting.
Counter.
It'd be funny that I busted both of these guys' eardrums. Crazy statistic.
Oh my goodness. This shit's hilarious.
Tyson Sugar.
This shit's hilarious.
Ears in the next fight.
Look at fucking Wilder. Wilder's head's down. What is he doing? Look, he's trying to console him. Look, Malik's trying to console him.
Knockout.
Oh my goodness!
You said exactly
look at Tyson.
Back to watch all the press conferences. it went exactly how you said. So is it going to be, in your anticipation, a punch, knockout, or how do you see this third fight playing out?
I didn't away the first time because he wasn't good enough to do anything about it. And I'll do the same thing this time because he's not good enough to do anything about it. Deontay Wilder's a one-trick pony. He's got one punch power. We all know that. Great. But what I'm going to do to Deontay Wilder this time is I'm going to run him over as if I'm an 18-wheeler and he's a human being. And I guarantee you he does not go past where he did before. Because before I only had 5 or 6 weeks of practicing what I was going to do to him. This time I've had 18 months of practicing what I'm going to do to him. So I anticipate it's going to be like an 18-wheeler running over somebody. And that's what you're going to see. I'm building my weight up. I'm trying to get up to 300 pounds for this fight. Because I'm looking for a big knockout straight away. I don't believe he's mentally, physically, or emotionally involved in this fight. I think he's doing it for the wrong reasons. When people do things for the wrong reasons, they always wind up getting hurt. So we'll see on fight night if I'm a man to my word and if I can run him over quicker than round 7. And I think I do.
I'm sure you guys were always confident because.
But Wilder's quiet. I just don't like the tone.
What was going to happen? So, if I could just ask you one more time to respond to how Tyson Fury believes that this fight is going to go down based on what you guys have worked on. I'd imagine you say no way.
You asked me what do I think of Tyson's prediction?
Yes.
I think it's just cliche. A fighter's supposed to think he's going to, especially he had a good night the last time. He had his best night on Deontay Wilder's worst night. The stars just lined up for him. That's not going to be the same in the trilogy.
All right. He's not got any final comments that you'd like to make.
Do you want to ask Deontay Wilder a question?
I did try, but Deontay's going to.
I'll answer it for him.
Okay, guys. Anything else, Malik, that you would like to say? No? Deontay, you're good? He's good? Anybody else? Any final comments here, since this is the one and only press conference that we're going to have here, and then we get ready to take some photos here, and then you'll have to answer.
This fucking shit.
Anything else you'd like to say, Bob?
Dude!
Go, yeah.
It's going to be a great fight. And you can see Deontay Wilder is saving his energy by not saying anything. Good. Maybe that'll help him in the fight. I doubt it. We'll see what we'll see. It's July 24th.
Mom, I doubt it.
Thank you, everybody, for turning out for this one-sided press conference. Some good questions, and we can get some answers and stuff.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm Christina Poncher. What we're going to do right now is have the fighters come up here for a photo op, and then the respective sides will separate them for questions with the print and online media.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember,
Bro, God, Silent Killer.
Saturday, July 24th, live on pay-per-view from the T-Mobile Arena.
Look at the security. Look how many guys are there.
On sale now. You can go to AXS.com and TMobileArena.com to get your tickets. It's an all-heavyweight pay-per-view, all culminating in the main event with these two guys right here, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder 3. Thank you for joining us. Deontay?
Okay, they're face to face. This is the face off. Let's see the interaction. Then he has shades on. Like, what the hell is that? Like, I don't know. I mean, it's a. Okay, yeah, take the shades off. There you go, Wilder. There you go, Wilder. Take them fucking shades off. Wilder ain't saying nothing. Wilder looks taller than Fury for right now. I don't know what kind of shoes Wilder's wearing or what kind of shoes Tyson's wearing, but Wilder looks taller, right? Wilder's not saying shit. Wilder blinked. Fury just blinked. Wilder look like I'm gonna kill you when I see you. I'm gonna kill you when I see you. Fierce gaze, fierce gaze. Fury stepped up a little bit. Dude, this is a long face-off. I mean, you got to go off something because Wilder didn't say anything. So this is what we have. They say face to front. They're still looking at each other. Look at Wilder's clenching. Look at Wilder clenching his gums like, I'll kill you. Uh-oh.
Two time.
Oh, no.
Fury looks a little intimidated, don't he? Wilder looks like an angry beast. Fury's in terrible out of shape. He tries to step up and gets a little shorter because he sees Wilder looks a little taller. Maybe put a little lifters in the shoes. You know, Wilder's a tall guy.
Can you guys turn and face forward to the cameras that are watching, please? Maybe.
They won't even do that. They're just watching each other. They supposed to went forward like a minute ago. Look, Wilder looks like he's gonna hit him. Don't hit him, Wilder. Don't hit him. Wilder, Wilder just looking at him. I'm gonna watch you. I'm gonna kill you. Look at Wilder. He looks totally stoked, dude. And it's like, look, no one wants to give up because the first one that gives up is the first one that says, I lost. I lost that look, that face off. I lost it. And nobody wants to. Tyson Fury, he's shaking his head like, okay, all right, give now. Wilder ain't went nowhere. Wilder's constantly looking at him, gazing him in his eyes.
Thanks, guys.
Look how Wilder's gritting his teeth. You can tell what's feeling it. He's gritting his teeth. Uh-oh. I seen Wilder swallow a little bit. No, look. They're gonna have to pull them apart. This ain't gonna look. They have to have security because they will not stop. They're not gonna looking for it. They're gonna look at each other. And I don't see why Wilder hasn't said anything like, you did. I'm gonna kill you. Look, they got security up there now. Because they won't stop. Because they won't stop. Wow.
Two times.
No time. Call it a big shit house.
Two times.
I'm getting hyped. Because look, they supposed to front forward a long time ago. They're just locked. They're locked on each other. Who's that big dude with the fro behind him? He's a Fury? Because he's talking to the scuba diving dude, Wilder's buddy. They're having some words. Oh, Big Shane Fury. Okay, that's who that is. G. Dorman. Gotcha.
Two times.
Ooh, look at that. The entourage is getting it. Look, Wilder walked off. Fury's just standing there still. So Fury's like, look, I won. They're all pussies. Wow. I think Wilder will get a
All right, everybody. So Tyson Fury is going to be down there.
Fury looked worried. So that is the press conference. We had a one-sided conference. One-sided. This was definitely one-sided. Nobody said anything except for Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury did enough. I think the highlights of this is when he told Malik Scott, or Malik Scott said, hey, you busted my eardrum. And it's like, okay, well, I bust both of your eardrums. And I want to talk about that for a minute. If you guys have noticed how the eardrum, the left eardrum of Tyson, it looked busted. It was bleeding, was swelling, and it wasn't a fucking dent, okay? Now, then here's the problem I have with this. I have a lot of problems with this. Why aren't you confronting Tyson Fury with what you believe Tyson Fury has done? Okay, that's the problem. Like, why are we? What the fuck was that? Like, what did I just see? I just saw someone with fucking with things on. They'll fucking do this and fucking put his head down, and I'm like, and I'm trying to bring something out of it. Okay, maybe he's doing the Bermain Stavern part 2 when he in turn he didn't say anything, and Bermain's talked all that shit like, I am ready to take a case. I am not playing. I'm ready to take. And Wilder didn't say anything. And when he went out there, he knocks Stavern out in the first round, which he didn't knock him out in all 12 rounds of the first fight. He didn't get a KO. And that was like the only person I think he didn't KO. Maybe he was trying to harness that feeling like, listen, let me just be quiet. I'm not going to let too much out. I'm not going to let this out. But this is something, people, I think we needed to hear. Okay, it's because you don't talk. You don't have 100 people talking for you. All yes men, all Wildettes, Wilder fans. You don't have all those people saying this shit about you, then claiming you're going to have this, you're going to have that, you're going to say this, you're going to reveal that. Yes, you did it. You did it to certain people, but when the man was right there, what did you do? You didn't say a fucking word. Not one word. Like cheat, something, liar, something, thief, something. Like, I just don't get it. I mean, something like, hey, like pictures. Where the fuck is the pictures? Where's the demonstration? Where is it? Like, they said this was the only one. So they're going to do us like that again. They're going to do us like this. But then again, this shows you it's only one conference. That means this is all we had. This is all we had to go on. One fucking conference. Now, I know they'll have a face-off and a weigh-in and all that shit, but it's like, what is this? Where was Wilder? Was that the Bronze Bomber we were looking at? Are we safe to say that's the Bronze Bomber we were looking at? Because if it wasn't, I'm looking at somebody that changed. And we don't know if it changed for the best or not because we haven't seen him fight since he got his ass whooped for the first time. So we don't know. We really don't know until July 24th, to be fair. However, here's the deal. The explanations, the accusations, the everything that we needed, we didn't get. This is a big fucking void. It sucked. It was a big void because at the end of the day, nobody said anything about anybody to do nothing. And I don't understand it. I don't understand the shit. And it just don't make sense to me. Because if you think someone cheated you to that degree, this type of sabotage to get your WBC belt, to dethrone this black man, this undefeated black man, this man with steel in that one hand, that guy, that man with that plan. If y'all had a plan against that man, it was just this big orchestrated, like, let's kill Julius Caesar type of shit. Where was the energy? Why did he let the energy die? Or why did he decide to express or not express in that manner? You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't, like, none of this makes sense. Super chat, Truth Hurts. Keep up the great content, dude. Appreciate you, Truth Hurts 18. But I'm pissed off. I'm mad because I'm like, where the fuck was the you cheated me? Fury, you know you a cheater. See, Wilder could have been like, I know you cheated me. Like, none of this kept started it. Like, that's what I don't understand. It's like this little boy, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this. And I know, yeah, hey, I know you put your money where your mouth is, you start, let your fist talk and all that. I know that. But then it's like, this ain't Wilder, people. This ain't Deontay Wilder. Wilder was the type of guy that wanted someone like Tyson Fury because he was tired of promoting a fight by himself. Didn't he say, hey, my mouth is getting tired for promoting these fights myself. I'm glad I got a dancing partner. Now you got that motherfucker back and you don't even want to speak. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand the whole thing. I don't get it whatsoever. It's weird to me. I know what I'm guessing he's attempting to use that energy like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna use it. I ain't gonna say shit. The talking's done, whatever. But I mean, if you're a guy that likes to promote, that likes to talk, come on, get your money, baby. If you that kind of guy, right? And you got your ass beaten and you just quiet. I don't know, man. I really don't know about it. I don't really know about I don't know. Because I'm kind of like, he didn't give us nothing to go about, but he didn't explain himself like we thought he would. And my thing is, if you're going to tell 100 people that you thought a person cheated you and you didn't confront that person when you saw him, in my book, that's bitched up. That's bitched up. Because, see, yeah, you got your point across. I get that. He knows that you felt he cheated, but you couldn't tell this man face to face. I would have told him that in his face. When I would have took those fucking black glasses off, looked him in his eyes, and told him, Tyson Fury, you fucking cheated me. You a cheater and a thief, and you won't get away with it this time. Because third time's a charm, motherfucker. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it. That's what I would have told him. Something. Who is this dude? Who is he? You guys know who that guy was? Because I don't know who that guy was. Honestly, I don't know who that guy was. I don't know. I do not know who that guy is. I don't know who that guy is. I don't. I'm sorry. Philly Irish, Drew Evo. Wilder is not in the right state of mind. He should have took a tune-up. I don't know. I mean, because, and how Tyson Fury ate fucking Malika Scott alive, but then Malik gave himself as bait. He brought up the fact that he got his eardrum busted in sparring. It was like, bitch, you, I busted you and your fighter's eardrum. Well, that happens, Tyson. It happens. Oh, yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Yeah, Mike Brown, he did say he was coming 300 pounds, and it is just, it's crazy, man, and Wilder, look, I don't know. Arpeggio, you think Wilder hasn't recovered? I don't know, man. I don't know. Because, see, yeah, look, Fury looked more comfortable than anybody at any time. Could that be a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. Wilder quiet, could that be a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. But I can tell you this, and this is what I've been saying. I did not like how Fury or how Wilder didn't do anything. Wilder had a weapon. Well, Wilder's words. Speak it, believe it, receive it, right? Come on now. Those are the things that he is known for. Am I right or am I wrong? Ain't he known for speak it, believe it, receive it? He ain't believed anything. To receive, to believe. He hasn't spoken. He hasn't spoken anything. I'm done. I'm the fighting, the talking over. I'm like, no, you're supposed to tell people what you're supposed to do. Don't he supposed to be like Ali? Didn't Malik Scott name him like Ali? He wants to talk jive. I'm gonna knock him out in 5. Did he used to say those type of things? Did he compare Ali to Deontay Wilder? The next thing or the next best thing to Deontay Wilder is Ali, or Ali to Deontay Wilder? right? Deontay Wilder, that don't sound like. Do you think anybody ever shut up Muhammad Ali? Let's just talk about it. Who was able to shut up Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali just stayed fucking dormant and catatonic in a press conference? But he's supposed to be the next thing since Ali, the best thing since Ali. Sit there quiet. Oh, the talking done. What? You are the talker. You are the promoter. You are the ex-WBC champion once beaten. You've had a loss and a draw to this same man, and you don't have anything to say. And if you said the most behind this man's back, you've said more shit about Tyson Fury between February 22nd and to this date, the 15th of June, than I've ever heard anybody ever talk about any other person, and you have nothing to say to that person right now. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. I'm turning on the air. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't see what's going on with Wilder. I don't see it. Don't see what's happening with him. I don't like what I see. That shit didn't give me confidence. I mean, then again, I don't want to overspeak because I did see Wilder before. He didn't say nothing with Stavern, but he said more than he said then. It's like he purposely didn't speak. It's like, could he not say something? Could he not tell Tyson Fury? Did he have some worry or some doubt that he maybe shouldn't, and maybe he would have scared he'd have said something to cross the line and he didn't want to focus on that right then? Maybe. I don't know. Truth hurts. Wilder kept those headphones on because he was scared of Fury getting in his head. He's a broken man with low self-esteem. Truth hurts. That's very interesting because I think he purposely had those earbuds on because he didn't want to hear Tyson Fury. Because if you guys can remember, Tyson Fury got to him the very first fight. And Tyson Fury was pretty much a reconstructed, used to be fat ass, bald-headed blob. Who thought that he was actually going to, who really took him seriously for beating Wilder? We thought Wilder was going to knock Tyson Fury out in about 3 rounds and yell to this day and go home. And then call out Joshua, then fight Dominique Brazil, then call out Joshua, then fight Adam Kalnaki, then call out Joshua, then, you know what I mean? Done that type of shit. But yeah, I mean, this is not the normal protocol of Deontay Wilder. That's what I'm saying. People say, oh, you're hating. I'm not hating. I'm just saying this ain't him. If this is the new him, who made him new? Tyson Fury? You made a man shut you up? That man went, get out. Get out again. Get out again. Okay. Get out. Shut up. And you shut up. And you shut up. And you make a man shut you up. It's bad. Doesn't look good. It's a bad look. That's what I'm saying. Everyone told Fury not to fight Wilder. The whole world thought it was too much for the fat Fury. They did. Even his father. He shouldn't fight him. He's the hardest puncher in heavyweight history. There's no doubt about that. He shouldn't fight him, but he has the IQ. He has the desire. But I'm afraid for my son. I really am. Malik was not confident at it. Yeah, he didn't really make it look. Malik fucked this up. He made it look bad because he was like, well, how are you going to force somebody to do something that you couldn't do? Ooh. Now, Malik did counter. And say, well, hey, did Javon Sugar Hill be a good fighter? It's like, well, no, I'm just saying, did you do it? You're the fighter. You couldn't do it, so how you expect him to do it? You can't expect him to do it. He's a one-trick pony. Dude, that was crazy. Wilder only ever wanted the money. Arbitration wasn't a win for Wilder. He got to get in the ring again and be broken. If he gets knocked out, he already ain't promoting himself. He's not promoting the fight. He has the fight. So I feel you have to think about it. Wilder went to court for this fight, right? So I don't think he feels he needs to promote it, maybe, right? Because I'm looking for options, different reasons on why he didn't say a mammoth fucking thing when he's supposed to say something. Oh, ego? What's wrong with ego? He's losing his mind. How is he losing his mind? Oh, well, they think it was going to be fucking plethora of a mountain full of evidence. Fuck out of here. And see, that only shows you, too. What you don't show people then can turn around and call you a liar. See, they could have, in return, came with because this is going to be the only time before they fight, right? They could have asked Tyson Fury, what is he? At least, hey, what do you think about this picture? What do you think about this image? Can you show me what that is? You know, yeah, bro. Deontay, he's stubborn. You know, yeah, that's the press conference, dude. That's the press conference. That is the press conference. That's the whole fucking press conference. That right there. This is what we have. Maybe that was the best way to mess with Tyson's head. How was it gonna mess with Tyson's head? Him not saying nothing? And I think maybe Wilder was like, let me just not say nothing. Well, I don't know about this was a waste of time. I can tell you this. This wasn't a waste of time. I think this was a waste of this was a wasted press conference. You know, you don't have a guy that normally is accustomed to speaking, outspoken, confident, saying whatever's on his mind, saying, I want to have a baby. I want to catch a body in the ring. I'm gonna bless you with a autopsy, those type of things. Like, then you have this guy. Who the fuck was that? Who was that? I don't know who that was. What's wrong with ego? The hell he's losing his mind about? I want to know that. That's you know, autopsy. Yeah, but that was very disappointing on Wilder's behalf. You can't say the overall conference was disappointing. However, the biggest part about this was for Wilder to at first time since he saw him the last time, now show like, hey, I know what you did. As you know, I think you cheated. And let me show you why. And then start piling those questions on Tyson Fury and see how he responds to them. None of that was said. And it all makes me feel like this was a bunch of bullshit. The glove gate and all of it, it had to happen. The glove gate had to happen. Why? Because it wasn't enough excuse. Like fuck what Bob Arum said. I'll get to him later. This wasn't a big enough excuse to make a fight for the third time. See, people had to run away with that shit because for one, it made views. For two, we're in a pandemic. And for three, Wilder got the fucking cowboy shit beat out of him. And since that happened, one-sided fights, fuck Bob, are not what we want to see. That's the last thing I want to see. You know what I think of when I see a one-sided fight, people? You know what I think of? I think of a bully beating up on somebody. I think of bullying. Bullying happens that way when one person beats another person or beats up another person when that other person doesn't have the skill or the pride or whatever it takes to stand up to that person or fight that person. Maybe that person's bigger or stronger or whatever. But when I see a one-sided fight, I hate to watch. I hate to see a one-sided fight that keeps going over and over and over and over and over again after round after round after round after round. You know why? Because I see someone constantly taking punishment and the other guy in return not reciprocate in no shape, form, or fashion. That's what I see, and I don't like it. That reminds me of bullying. I hate bullies. I hate to see something like I see somebody fucking with somebody else. Hey, you leave that fucking guy alone. What are you doing? Why are you fucking with him? You know what I mean? He better have stole something from you or something like that. Give me some insight. But just don't gang up on the dude. I don't like people getting jumped either. I don't like that either. But in the long run, when I see somebody beating the shit out of somebody else, why do you want and what does that warrant to see that again? You see what I'm saying? That's why that glove gate shit, that's why you didn't hear of it. Crickets. You didn't hear none of that shit then. Oh, it's going to be a lot of evidence this time, guys. Tyson Fury has a lot of explanation to do. Deontay Wilder, he's going to come with a plethora of evidence. He's going to be stripped. He's going to court. And he went to court to get another fucking fight. It's the only court he's seen. just for the glove gate. Yeah, they had to. Something had to be created that gives the third fight prestige. It was all made up. And for people, all we fucking know is Tyson Fury knew that Deontay Wilder was going to start the glove gate because it had to happen. It had to happen, right? Right? That had to happen. Because think about it, if it wasn't for glove gate, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if it wasn't for glove gate, why would anybody want to watch Tyson Fury beat the shit out of Wilder again? We've seen what we've done. We've seen what Wilder is capable of doing in the past fights. He just so happened to get that right off and close the show. He wasn't able to do that in this fight. And everybody wondered why. Whatever. He just wasn't into it. He just had his bad night. What did I say? Didn't I say that about Wilder? Wilder, the juju, I just said that 2 weeks ago. He just had a bad night, just what Malik Scott said. But did Malik say the glove gate? Did Malik say he was cheated? Did Malik say that was some type of controversy? Did he use any of those words when he referred to Tyson Fury fighting Deontay Wilder the second time? Did he use any of those? Did he use those? See, when it's almost like at least give us some type of recognition that you're subliminally mentioning something that is of wrongdoing. He brought up, "Oh, you busted my ear, Tyson. Tyson, you busted my ear, then I couldn't fight you and spar with you." Well, what do you think I did to Deontay? I bust his fucking eardrum too. That made that. Dude, you can't make that shit up. You can't make that up. Dude, that's... look, Tyson Fury bust both of those guys. I busted your drum and I busted Deontay. You're not going to teach this bum anything. You've been with him for 5 years. What do you think I'm going to teach him now? Meanwhile, in Wilder Channel United land, okay, guys, Deontay's about to let go of some very personal and revealing evidence of Deontay and Tyson Fury of his wrongdoing and cheating. They have admitted they did cheat. They admitted they cheated. This time last year, that's all you saw. Okay, guys, looks like Tyson Fury, it's getting harder and harder for him, guys. It looks like he's going to be in trouble now. Deontay Wilder has the evidence. The doctor reported a dent in his head that couldn't possibly be made with a fist. No, it wouldn't. It was a fist, a wrap, and some gloves. Yeah. What does a long shark do before he breaks your face? Put some fucking gloves on. You bust my eardrum, Tyson. I did. Yeah, I bust his too. Now, did anybody say no? That was you cheating? No. But you a big guy, Tyson. You a fighter, Tyson.
Doing big fights.
It's hard to
I gotta hear that.
away your game plan, but how do you see this third fight going? As both fighters have been very adamant about that.
I gotta hear that again.
I only see it, and I think that's going to pay big dividends for him when you're in with a guy.
Obviously, he's doing his little thing with his earphones on and he doesn't want to answer any questions. That's up to him. But I'm here to promote a fight and talk to the press, what I always do. So if Deontay Wilder doesn't want to commit to this press conference, let's me take Deontay Wilder's part.
Say if you couldn't fight and you did that to me.
Yeah.
There we go.
I would feel like shit. I'm boxing Tyson Fury. The first day I boxed him, he busted my eardrum. Then I come back to box him again the next day. And then the next day it happened and I couldn't hear and I couldn't continue to box. That's nothing, Bragg. This shit happens in boxing.
Of course.
So you're bringing that up as if
you brought it up. You said I popped your eardrum. I didn't mention it.
No, but you just said, well, if he getting bust up in sparring, if he's getting bust up in a fight, that's on them. Yeah, but you bust my ear. It's okay, though, Tyke. That's what happens.
Yeah, I didn't mention it.
You just did at the end. You just did at the end.
Yeah, see, okay, that type of shit there kind of was stupid. Malik was like, well, you brought it up. No, he mentioned that, guys. I mean, we all heard him. Malik Scott said that Tyson Fury bust his eardrum in spar. He brought that shit up. So then he tried to say, well, you brought it up. No, you brought it up. You made that a point in what you were trying to explain. So what you did was you brought that shit up. Okay. And it made him, look, called him a cheater behind his back, but couldn't do it to his face. Absolutely. That's the type of shit I'm talking about. See, that's one of the things that I shun Wilder for in the Joshua shit. That's what I've been telling people. Look, Wilder was saying all this about Joshua, all that about Joshua. He's scared. He's a coward. Went to UK and said he's scared. He's a coward. He's scared. You a coward. You didn't want to fight. But then it's like, did you say anything to this dude when you called him? Did you tell him that same shit? Did you tell him that when he fought Klitschko? When you fist bumped him when he knocked out Klitschko in the 11th round? When he was commentating? See, that was the last time that I can recall that Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder saw each other, like we're in the same place. You know, people just don't hang out. The boxers just don't hang out with each other, especially they're from different countries, right? So there you go. You know, yeah, they've talked, and I would love to hear the phone conversations, and that would reveal a lot. We didn't hear that. But then the point I'm trying to make is Deontay Wilder, what he was claiming and the shit he says, he doesn't back up in the presence, in those people's presence. I don't like it. You know, yeah, definitely GM. That shit was funny. I guess he's trying to withhold his energy. I don't think it's going to help. You know, you know, if I said all this about, okay, that's just like me saying Aki's a bitch. I think Aki's a bitch. I think he's a world-class piece of shit. I do. And I think he's a chicken shit, spineless, backbone coward. If I can say that right now, and if I see him and I'm kissing his ass or I have nothing to say to this man, that's a problem. See, if I saw him, I would tell him, yo, you full of shit. You a bitch, dude. And let me tell you why. Might have a bone to pick with you. That's, you know what I'm saying? Not, hey, man, how's it going? Or I ain't going to say nothing. But I've talked all this about this man. So I owe it to this man to tell this man what I said about him. That's how the bullshit stops. Basically, it's like, listen, I'm willing to tell you what I don't like about you. Or why I called you what I called you. That's the difference. I'm not going to say something about you and then later on say that. Like how many times you see me call Blue Blood Sports TV a bitch? I'm not going to do that because I don't think he's a bitch. So therefore, I won't tell him that. If I said that about Blue Blood, then I would tell Blue Blood. Does that make sense? Like, but that shit, what Wilder did, that ain't cool. That's not cool. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have conducted myself like that. I wouldn't have sit there and stayed fucking mute like that. I wouldn't have done that because that ain't what you're supposed to do when you had all this to say about that person behind his back. And now it is behind his back because now you ain't said shit to him in person. That ain't cool. I don't give a shit if you're fighting or not. At least one thing is first. Like, look, I ain't fighting you until next month. But let me tell you what I think of you right now. You know, and get it off. And then let them know, like, hey, this is what you did. I think you cheated me. I think you used my bitch ass trainer. I think he spiked my water. And I think all y'all was in on me. And fuck you. You know what I mean? But don't worry. Look, you know what? Let me tell you some real shit. Why do you guys think I love Mike Tyson? Why do you guys think I love Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson. Why do you think I love Mike Tyson? I love Mike Tyson because Mike Tyson is going to tell you and anybody else what he feels and thinks about you or someone. And he ain't going to stop, right? Kurt, right, all. I didn't hear all that shit. You know, and look, Mike is not going to ever not say something to somebody that he feels. That's the realest you can say. If I can say that about a person, I can say that to his face. That's one of the things. That's what you call backbiting. So he's been backbiting this whole time because all we really seen was him lose. All we seen was him get defeated. All we seen was him get dropped twice. All we seen was that fight get stopped. That's what we seen. I mean, we've seen a lot of people complain and make videos and make a come up in the COVID season. More power to them. That'd be the only thing. But again, the Glovegate shit was created, like I've been telling people, that shit was created so this fight would be relevant. That's why. Because there was no no reason warranting that. Even if Wilder, you know, he did the rematch deal and he's supposed to got the fight. I agree with that 100% because that's what Tyson and Wilder signed together. See, had Wilder beat Tyson, Tyson could do the same thing Wilder's doing. So let's stop. You know what I mean? Because, see, if Wilder would have knocked out Tyson Fury in the second fight, then it would say, oh, it was kind of 1-1 because we think Wilder did that. And then it would have looked more dominant because Wilder dropped him in the 12th round in the first fight and the 9th round in the 12th fight. In the 12th round, he was debating and he was some conspiracy behind it because he blamed Jack Reese. Well, if he'd have knocked him out in the second fight, then people would have probably been looking at Tyson Fury the same way. So I'm like, well, Wilder Tyson, he knocked you down there, knocked you out. You said he knocked you out in the first fight for like 2 seconds, but you got out and you beat the bell, right? So then there you go. So then he knocks you out in the second fight, then there you go. You know what I mean? Then people would be like, okay, that's what it is. Let's see. You a fool, I prove you wrong all the time, baby brain. What did you prove me wrong about, Exposaholic? Wrong about what? Oh, please don't tell me that this fight was bigger than the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury. That's already proven you wrong because we already got the specs on that shit. We know what they were going to make. We know where it was going to be. We know what two fighters represented. It was undisputed. It wasn't a mandatory. It wasn't a obligation. It was something that was court-ordained. So that couldn't be bigger than a super fucking undisputed heavyweight fight between two British champs. Oh, yeah, I'm still interested in what happens. Did anyone notice Fury mentioned a fourth fight? Yeah, Antonio Matthews. I want to cover that before I get the hell off of here. Yeah, man, that was fucked up. We might do it a fourth time, a fifth time, a sixth time. Dude, see, that's that type of shit. Now, that would be definitely overkill because who would want to see that shit? Wilder would never achieve the money that would be generated for Fury AJ. He doesn't supposed to because he doesn't. I mean, that's not his legacy. You know, if he can't beat Tyson Fury, his legacy is being the person that lost to Tyson Fury. His legacy would be, hey, I beat an older guy and fought an older guy and beat him twice when nobody seemed to fight the older guy. He could always say that. But, and you know, anything else, you know, his legacy stops with Tyson Fury. You know, and the thing is, based on what he said, let's see, go look at your screenshots. Wilder said no media since they bashed him. Plus, it was NDA on Glovegate. It was an NDA on Glovegate. What do you mean it was an NDA on Glovegate? Kurt Fury said 300 pounds. Now, Exposaholic, you did say they were going to fight. You did say. You know, you did say that. You did say that, no, they're going to fight. I remember you saying that. Now, I remember you saying no. Wow. Now, I do remember you sometime earlier this year, probably late last year, but you said, nope, they're going to fight. So they did say that. I'm from the United States. He said NDA wise guy. Hey, I do that shit too. It's like, it's a cute dyslexia. You just like shit's kind of backwards or whatever. But yeah, I didn't like that idea too. But guys, we had what we had. This is what we got. I'm going to do a recap video of the conference, you know, here in a little bit. But I thank you guys for coming on. This was what I didn't expect it, but I didn't know what to expect. So this is what we have. Hey, guys, thank you for coming in. Be sure to see new and fresh content daily. I will probably be doing a live tomorrow sometime earlier. Tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And everybody on the chat, you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.